you people are calling us names. I can feel the sun.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 852 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter-free. I'm Brian, your host, and it's August 25th, 2025. This morning, I'm enjoying a fresh cup of light Costa Rican from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for shitty coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, your family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10. That's LOTS10. And shipping is always free. While you're there, check out the C4 Club for even more awesome perks. Today, I've got another packed show. Aliens are inbound. New York going all electric. Blockstream JadePlus plastic sale. And a look at some new products I got for testing and a little bit about the upcoming weather here in Tennessee. Grab your coffee, smash that like button, and let's get started. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Rewilder life, listening in, but driving to pick up my chicken CSA for meat birds. Nice. I'll be so excited to have a deep freezer again and be able to purchase a little bit of bulk meat, be able to purchase multiple animals at once, or at least a quarter of a hog, a half a hog, full hog, or beef, and do that. I'm so sick of going to the grocery store every week, and can't wait to get back to where we were going probably once a month. I think we were really going once a month at the best, and then during the vid, we didn't go in very much at all. Good morning, Mike's Homestead. Thanks for stopping in. You're going to be enjoying some cool off here in the week or next week or so. Good morning, Pip. Good morning, humans, and happy Monday to everyone from Pip. He's working on his new used car today. That is a sweet ride, man. Posted in the Telegram group. If you're looking to join in, you can always check out the Telegram group at t.me/lotschat. That's t.me/lotschat. Cormac, thanks for stopping in. Cormac says, morning, everyone. It's been a while since I caught a live. Yeah, it has been a while. How you been? I hope you've been doing all right over there across the pond, almost all the way across the pond. Man, Costa Rican's good. I was hoping, well, I wasn't hoping. I could have definitely drank it all, but C4 Club this month, I got a new bean from Food Forest Farms. Excited to try it out. He picked up a Brazilian. Haven't had Brazilian before. I don't even think back when I was working at a coffee shop and getting specialty coffee and different origin beans. I don't think I've ever had a Brazilian. It looks like he roasted it to a medium light for me. I think it said medium light, maybe medium dark. But from what I think he said, it lands better on the darker side. My preference is a lighter roast coffee across the board, but he does his magic, and it usually comes out tasting pretty good. So excited to try the Brazilian. Also got a couple of FTO blonde espressos, which I'm a big fan of also. And I don't know what my fourth was this year or this month. Always good. So excited to try out that new Brazilian that Brian has brought in over at Food Forest Farms. So coffee prices are up, and Brian, if you're in the Telegram group or in his group, you see him always playing the commodities markets, looking for the best price on coffee, and through that he keeps the prices for the C4 Club low. He keeps the prices on his pound by pound beans low, and does his customers right. He really tries to take care of his customers, and he's not a big old corporation. So, and his pounds are actually a pound. I saw Nicole from Living Free in Tennessee was at the Tennessee State Fair with her beans, and she was mentioning something on Facebook about not pounds not being pounds anymore, that 12 ounces. And I've noticed that in the stores a lot with shrinkflation with coffee has been the real deal. in the last probably 5 or more years, that companies aren't packaging coffee as a pound anymore. They're packaging it as a 12 ounce or 10 ounce, and the price, you're like, oh, that's a great price, and then you look and see how much coffee you're actually getting. Brian's are always a pound. And you can save 10%. Give it a try over at foodforestfarms.com and use code LOTS10, and it'll get you 10% off, and you can give that coffee a try. It'll be the best coffee you've ever had. I can almost guarantee it. Good morning, Canadian Farmstead. Thanks for stopping in. He says Brian is better at coffee price predictions than Bitcoin ones. Definitely better at the coffee commodity market than the short-term Bitcoin price prediction. Old scrambling for sure. Speaking of Bitcoin, let's check in. 110,932. 110,932 is the price at 607 in the morning on 8/25/25. I didn't think I'd see 110 again. Well, I mean, yeah, I did. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I didn't think I'd see 110 in this bull run cycle. So I'm always wrong. For sure. So I would consider picking some up before it pops up. It's definitely on sale, and it's definitely cheaper than it was a few days ago at 113 or 118, or a couple weeks ago at its all-time high. So Canadian Farmstead said maybe we hit the high for this cycle. You just want me to say that so it actually goes back up. Pip says it's crashing. Yeah, stack it. If you're not spending it, what difference does it make what the price is other than buying it? I don't know. Talk about Blockstream. Jade just got a sale going on starting today. I'll talk about that a little later. But right now, let's get to some alien talk. I mentioned it in the group the other day. It asked if anybody had been following this inbound alien mothership, I guess is what some scientists are calling it, and no one seemed to know what I was talking about. I guess I guess I must have lingered too long on a Pip says live long and stack sats for sure. I must have lingered too long on a Facebook post, or I don't know why, but I got in this loop where they kept showing me this stuff about inbound alien spacecraft, inbound alien mothership. And I'm like, I scrolled by because I get just so much trash. I'm really thinking about getting off there again and going back to Nostr. I took a Nostr break. I got out of the habit of going there, and then got sucked back into Facebook. I really need to change that, because the stuff I am seeing on Facebook is just a lot of fucking trash. So, but anyway, I see so much junk that I scrolled by a little bit for probably a week or more. Kept seeing it. Finally, I looked at what this story is about, and it's interesting. It's not a whole lot of the scientific community that's bought in on this. Cormac's wondering if it's the I can never say it, the Anunnaki, I think is basically how it ends up being pronounced, an ancient civilization that I've read a bunch about, but could never pronounce anything. So I mean, if you've watched the show for any length of time, you understand that I cannot pronounce names or words regardless. So that's not a surprise. And Canadian Farmstead says they're returning to collect all their gold. Maybe. It seems like there's one or a handful of folks. Pip is putting it in phonetically. I still can't pronounce it. It seems like a one department at Harvard, and then some other stray scientists are Canadian farm says is close enough for Brian on a Monday morning. You get the picture. You get the picture. So what is this that I'm talking about? So this thing called 3i Atlas is was first observed on July 1st, 2025 by the Atlas telescope in Chile. This is only the third confirmed interstellar object detected passing through our solar system. So this object is coming from another solar system through our solar system, and we saw it on the from the Atlas telescope in Chile. This thing is pretty big and it's moving pretty fast. It's traveling at an estimated 130,000 to 152,000 miles per hour. It's about 37 miles a second. That makes it one of the fastest objects ever recorded in our solar system. So it's moving faster than most things have moved in our recorded history. Early size estimates place it at approximately 12 miles across, or for those on the metric system, that's 20 kilometers across, which also makes it far larger than any previously observed interstellar visitor of the three, I guess. Excuse me. They're calling it a visitor in my notes. So it's huge, first of all, and it's moving super fast. So this astrophysicist, Avi Loeb, Loeb, I have to say it would be Loeb, from Harvard, along with colleagues, they've hypothesized that this may be a mothership heading our way. And there's some things that they've noted that made them come to this theory. So its enormous size and speed are two of those things. It's also got an unusual trajectory, and the way it's moving is not normal to the other, I guess, two. So they're basing this on two other experiences with interstellar objects. The trajectory, the size, and the speed. Canadian Farm said Harvard economist said Bitcoin was more likely to hit zero than it ever hit 100K. Yeah, but they've changed their mind and now have invested in Bitcoin. So that was in the economics department. This is in the astrophysics department. So I'm not sure if it's relevant for that comment. But anyway, the trajectory is also going to pass near Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. They're suggesting that this may be an exploratory mission into our solar system, going and checking out all these planets. It was very unlikely that that was going to happen. And the way that it's passing through the solar system, it's going to go behind the sun. And they're saying that this is going to make it temporarily unobservable from Earth, and possibly, I think that in another article I read, it said that it will do the same thing for each of the planets that it's going by, and so it will be hidden and give it opportunity to launch probes or things like that. That gets a little bit guessy to me. These other things they're seeing, like the speed, the size, the trajectory, are all measurable. Canadian Farm says, I have a feeling that the astrophysics department was not feeling relevant. I don't know. I mean, these things, this is a real thing. This is a real thing coming through the solar system, and it's the largest observed. It's moving faster than anything, way faster than anything that they've ever observed. It's got another thing besides the trajectory, the size, the speed, and the way that it's going to be kind of hidden for a while behind the sun, is it's got a glow to it. It's almost, it's almost I've seen it described. So I've read a bunch of articles about this, not just necessarily from the physics department at Harvard. It's got a headlight. To put it simply, it most comets, most interstellar objects have a tail. They put off a light, and it's usually behind the object. This one is glowing from the front, almost like a headlight. So, I mean, are they looking where they're going? Do they need a headlight in space? Do extraterrestrials need headlights? So it's got a headlight and it's moving super fast. It's super big compared to anything else that's come through before. So they've kind of theorized that it's a possible probe, observational probe, maybe intergalactic. Bless you, Corey. Interstellar travelers coming to check out our solar system, possibly check out Earth. I don't know. I mean, it maybe. Some of the other astronomers, including NASA, which we know we can definitely trust NASA and the European Space Agency. They maintain that 3I Atlas is most likely a natural interstellar comet. Canadian Farm says I hope they're not looking for intelligent life because they won't find much. Right. No shit. Skeptics like Chris Lintott at Oxford have dismissed the alien mothership idea as nonsense on stilts. I mean, and yeah, so they're calling them crazy. But as we found out in the last, 5 to 10 years, a lot of people that got called crazy were actually right. It is what it is. I'm not going to change my day-to-day activities or anything worrying about this, speculating about it. I'm not preparing for my trip to the mothership or to be picked up. But if you want to prepare for the arrival, the closest approach to the sun of this object is projected to be October 29th and 30th, 2025, providing a prime observation window. And some reports are suggesting it could get nearer to Earth or a cosmic neighborhood between November 21st and December 5th, 2025. So it'll be an interesting Halloween. And then into November and December. Now, this is assuming that it doesn't change direction. That's something that I've seen in other articles and other information about this, is that it appears that it's not just taking a normal path, like a normal gravitational where it gets pulled by planets as it's moving through space. That it's actually speeding up and slowing down and changing course. So all these numbers are assuming that it keeps its current rate of speed and trajectory, which I don't know if it's a mothership, if it's an alien ship or some sort. I don't think that it'll just stay the course and the same speed. So possibly sooner or later than the date predicted. Now let me see these notes that I had kicked out for me. If indeed this is artificial, two primary scenarios are looming. The object could alter its course and come much closer or even towards Earth. Canadian Farm says, so you're saying I'm wasting my time putting this in this fencing. Well, I don't know if they're going to want you. If they're going to want to take you, like you mentioned, if they're looking for intelligent life, they might just skip all of Ontario and most of Canada. Pip says, I saw this one. Bruce Willis sweats on a stone and saves Earth. Well, I've heard rumors that they're rounding up oil drillers, oil rig crews, the best of the best. They're finding them wherever they can find them. Most of them have retired, and they're training them to be astronauts. They only have a few months, so they need to get the training in quick and get them up there to deploy a nuclear warhead into the center of the mothership. So this enormous rock hurling through space. Good morning, Digger. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Canadian Storm says, why not teach the astronauts to drill? Well, this is the problem with you. You're not going to be taken seriously because only the drillers could have the experience to drill through unknown materials. It's easier to teach them to go to space than it is to teach the astronauts how to drill. Anyway, the thing, if it's not an alien mothership, could possibly change trajectories as it's been doing, and come towards Earth. Like the thing is 12 miles across. It's not a small object. I think that's what's referred to as an Earth killer. I think that's big enough to classify as an Earth killer. And who knows? Maybe it's heading towards us, and it's just hush hush, just like in Armageddon. Other than that, if it is functioning as a mothership, maybe possibility of deploying smaller probes towards the planet. Maybe alien life is not what we expect it to be. I think we still have the picture of what they came up with in the 40s, in the 50s with the little aliens. I mean, is that really our best guess as to what life on other planets would be? So what some sci-fi guy came up with in the 40s and 50s. Canadian Farmstead asks a would you rather be squished by the impact or live in the nuclear winter that'll follow? What? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If something that big hit Earth, I'm guessing we'd be put out of our sync with the sun. I mean, nuclear winter would put it lightly. I'm pretty sure that we'd all drown. I think that the tsunami that results from an impact like that covers all continents. I don't know. Is anybody building an ark? I might not read the Bible, but I sure as hell get on your ark. But anyway, that's the news. That's the update on the large object coming at us. What scientists are doing right now, they're observing and looking for unusual emissions coming from it. Course deviations and other signs of technology, maybe radio signs, electrostatic discharges, or anything that makes it appear or confirm that it's not just a rock flying through outer space. We'll see. So in summary, we got about 12-mile wide, extremely fast rock heading to us, and possibly mothership, alien life form exploring our solar system from another. And a lot of scientists are calling bullshit on it, calling it just a natural object out there in space. Should be coming to see us around late October, and the closest it will be to Earth will be late November into early December, and we will see. We'll keep an eye on it. We might keep an eye on it as much as we did the earthquake giants. So Pip says, and in summary, don't go borrow 100,000 from a mob bookie just yet, unless you're going to put it into Bitcoin. Unless you're going to put it into Bitcoin, then you might want to do that, and just make sure the payback period and the big is suitable for the timing the next pump right. Canadian Farmstead, always cynical. We've explored 0.000000001% of space. We discovered, then they discover something new. Must be aliens. I mean, I don't know if is there anything out there. Conversation is appropriate for a Monday morning over coffee. I think it's a conversation for a campfire and some other stuff. But it's a big place out there. I think. Who knows? Maybe the Wilder says everyone knows the aliens are under the ocean. Right. They're in the caverns down there. I mean, maybe the flat earthers or maybe the no space people, maybe they're all right. I am not here anymore to judge anyone's theories. If the whole COVID thing and the jab and the whole deal, if we have learned anything from that, is whether you believed or not, whether you believed of the jab was good, whether you believed this, that, the other thing, no matter what side you were on, you have to realize that the other guy might be right. The other guy might be right. Canadian Farmstead says we listen and we don't judge. It pretty much. You can be all the wackadoodle you want. Who am I to judge? Because I've had things that were completely true with proof that I thought I had proof. I thought I knew, and have been completely wrong. So who am I to judge anybody else that way? So if people don't think there's space, then they don't think there's space, and they can go on believing that. It's not hurting me at all. Are there aliens out there? I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. That would probably change my opinion quite drastically. So let's keep an eye on this big old rock flying through space, kind of unsettlingly close to Earth, and we'll see what happens with that. Another topic I talked to you about in the group this week was a law that popped up in my feed that it's frustrating. I grew up in New York. I grew up in Western New York. I didn't grow up in New York City, but Canadian Barb says people in glass houses should not cast the first stone. Break your window. I grew up in New York. I grew up in Western New York. First 24 years of my life I was there. So I do keep an eye on things going on there. I do still have family there. I have friends there. I have acquaintances there. I have enemies there. But I keep an eye on what's going on in that state, and it's just a shit show. So it's kind of fun to watch. Pip says the aliens are stopping off for a Food Forest Farms coffee pickup. Possibly. So I get a lot of stuff from New York. My friends share stuff. news, just the idiocy going on there and other stuff. So one friend shared this law. I was under the assumption that this was newly passed. Actually, this law called the All Electric Buildings Act, bless you, Corey, passed back in 2023 as part of New York's fiscal year 2024 budget, and it's just been allowed by federal courts in the last month or so. In July, the legal confirmation and formal adoption was in July 2025. That's why everybody was actually talking about it in my feeds. So this thing called the All Electric Buildings Act mandates zero emissions. So basically all electric. Now, I know we all say, well, electric comes from coal plants, and a lot of New York's electric comes from hydro. So they do have a little bit of half a foot of standing on that. They do have a lot of hydroelectric power from the Niagara River. But yes, how much can you actually pull? But zero emissions heating and appliances in all new construction. It's a first in the nation climate law of its kind. So it's all about climate change, guys. And then if we didn't learn anything from the story I just talked about, it's not going to matter after Halloween. Anyway, the aliens are coming. What fucking difference does it make if we have the ozone layer and climate change? The big rock in the sky is going to come and hit us and cause tsunamis, and that'll be the end of it. But anyway, if that doesn't happen, on July 24th, 2025, a federal court upheld the state's authority to implement the act, allowing its rollout to proceed. And then the New York Fire Prevention and Building Code Council approved this to be put into the building code to make an all-electric mandate effective. So the timeline and what goes on with this, beginning on December 31st, 2025, January 1st, 2026. So at the New Year's Eve, right after the aliens are here, all new buildings up to 7 stories tall. Pip says #1 Halloween costume this year, aliens. It might not be a costume. On New Year's of this coming year, 2025, 2026, all new buildings up to 7 stories tall, including single family homes. So this isn't just commercial buildings or apartment complexes. This is any new construction under 7 stories. Looks like if you're building a house, you might want to build it 7 or 8 stories tall. Low-rise residential, smaller commercial buildings must use all electric heating systems and appliances. No gas, no propane, no oil are going to be allowed. So all electric. Now, growing up, we had all electric appliances. We had all electric appliances in our house. We had electric baseboard heat. We had an electric water heater, electric stove. Everything was electric because our town had power lines running through it. I believe that's what I was always told. We had cheap electric because we were the cancer guinea pigs. But we had all electric. So this isn't something that is, it's not like everybody's on natural gas in the state and they're looking to change that. But requiring it is, it's something else. I don't know really how I feel about it. But then by December 31st, 2028, 2029, so another, 3 years later, the mandate expands to all newly constructed buildings, including larger commercial and industrial structures, with limited exceptions. And I think the limited exceptions were like hospitals and infrastructure like that. So they realize that there is a shortcoming in this, that in an emergency, when the power goes out, possibly in the winter in New York, where it does get cold enough to freeze you, that it might be a good idea to have other sources of heat other than electric. But anyway, starting at the end of this year, going into next year, all electric if it's 7 stories or less. Oh, excuse me. The exemptions here. Here's the list of exemptions. Exemptions exist for specific building types that rely on fossil fuel systems due to operational necessity, such as restaurants. Hey, I guess we all are going to open a little restaurant in our kitchen. Laboratories, hospitals, crematoria. So we're going to make an exemption for burning people. To make our soylent green, laundromats, manufacturing facilities, and emergency backup systems. I see some workarounds there, but the law applies only to new construction. Existing buildings are not required to retrofit, nor must electric replacements be forced when current fossil fuel appliances fail. So they're not asking anyone that has a house right now. They're not going to take away your wood stove. Maybe they are. I think wood stoves might be illegal in New York already, just because. But they're not going to take away your gas furnace or your coal furnace or your oil furnace and make you put in electric yet. But this law does not do that. The stated objectives and benefits of this law are reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Buildings generate 30 to 33% of New York's emissions, making electrification central to climate goals. It's all about climate change, guys. And so we were discussing it a little bit in the excuse me. There's more objectives and benefits. Improves indoor air quality and public health, while creating an estimated 100,000 green jobs in HVAC, construction, and clean energy sectors. Weiler Life says, I sense a black market coming. Coming? I think that's already here. Lower energy bills. Heat pumps and induction appliances are more efficient, potentially saving residents about $1,000 annually in energy costs. So it's funny that they put that in the objectives and benefits, because what I was just going to say is we were discussing it in the Telegram group, and not 10 minutes later, a story came up in my feed that nationwide in the last month, I think it was last month or so far this year or whatever, electric prices nationally have gone up 5% or some shit like that. What if you don't have an option? What if you don't have the option to say, this is the price of gas in my area, this is the price of electric. I feel that electricity is going to go up and natural gas is going to stay at a relatively normal price, or electric is going to outpace natural gas, or I prefer to put the sweat equity in and chop my own wood and have a wood stove. If you don't have that option and it's only electric and you're only allowed electric, and the electric company decides that they need to increase rates 20%, what the fuck do? You can buy solar panels, I guess. Good morning, Hunter. Thanks for popping in. Over on Twitch, it says they need to write that into the bill. Shall lower energy bill. Right. It's lower than it would be. I think, isn't that the normal excuse? Well, it's lower than it would be if you didn't do this. But anyway, I don't know, man. I don't recall losing power all that much growing up. But my curiosity is, can the grid handle? So I also got to say I'm fucking old. And when I was a kid, there wasn't there wasn't the majority of electronic appliances that we have now. Just in my lifetime, I've seen the amount of electric drawing appliances skyrocket. I'm guessing the average consumption of a household of electric has gone up. Now with the push in especially these states are saying, you know, New York, California, I hate getting into the left-right dichotomy, but it seems leftist states are going towards banning gas engines, so all electric cars. It's a load on the grid. Oh, Pip says, I don't recall many power outages as I was young. It must have been white privilege. Yeah, they didn't cut the power in the white neighborhoods. They had backup generators for us. Canadian Farm says, don't worry, they'll throttle energy delivery through smart meters so you can choose to have heat or cook or use your electronics. Right? As they add on all this stuff to the grid, as they add all electric houses, so you're mandating that we're going to add to the grid. How is the infrastructure going to support that? And if the infrastructure needs to be upgraded, that gets paid by the customer in the bill. So will the bills go down when they add more and more and more and have to upgrade the infrastructure? No, well, we have to upgrade the infrastructure, so we have to charge you more. It's I don't know if it's necessarily a scam, but it's just a bad fucking idea in my opinion. But what do I know? I am not a climate scientist, and I won't be able to predict the end of the world because we're using natural gas or coal or whatever. Let's put up a nuke plant. I think that would probably supply enough electricity. Let me see. Potential concerns: higher upfront costs, grid demand pressures, housing affordability. Oh yeah, this is also going to increase the cost of home construction and delays. From what I understand, that there's a tipping point in equipment. There's a tipping point in labor, skilled electricians, where you're needing more electricians to install the equipment, and you're not needing pipe fitters to install gas lines and things like that. So you're cutting out a whole industry of skilled labor that won't be compensated by the amount of technicians in the electrical field right now. They don't think about that shit. I don't think. Maybe they do. Maybe it's on purpose. I don't know. Hunter says, oh no, muting the gas pump ads isn't working anymore. Is it the right type of dispenser? Is it a Gilbarco dispenser? They might have figured out how to disable the mute button. If you don't know, hot tip, if you hate listening to the gas station ads that play on the pump, if it is the type of dispensers that I worked on as a gas tech for several years, you can press the button on the right side of the screen. The second one down is the mute button on the play. So give it a try. But it doesn't work on Wayne or Bennett pumps, only Gilbarco's. And that's what I was certified to work on. So when you listen to the fucking ads all day long, when you're working at a gas station, you learn how to mute the shit real quick. Canadian Farm says there's a lot of electricity delivery bottlenecks, even if we had the production. Very true. And Rewilder Life says a van down the river. A van down by the river sounds better and better. I hear it. A cabin in the woods with solar and a wood stove is sounding pretty good to me. No update on that front. Actually, still waiting on our phase 2 material logistics. So hopefully that's gonna come together soon. And Rewilder Life is definitely a fan of nuclear. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Rewilder Life says, I heard this is how they will force nuclear because the public is afraid of this. It's a theory. Do they really want to force nuclear? I mean, I don't know. A lot of it seems like a lot of people at the top really just don't want it. And if they actually did, I don't think there's necessarily a forcing of it. I think I guess the whole not my backyard crowd would freak out, but I don't know. Anyway, that is new law in New York. If you're in New York and you're looking to buy new or build new construction, you might want to get it done before the first of the year if you want to have gas appliances or the such. Pip says I'd live in a nuke powered house. Canadian Farm says they've been exploring mini nuke reactors up here. Yeah, I saw some really cool story about a mini nuke reactor in Japan. It turned out that it was all AI and fake made up. So that was cool. Anyway, let's move on. One thing that does need energy to run is one thing that does run on energy, and it does take some energy, and it takes some proof of work, is Bitcoin. Today's show is one of the sponsors is Blockstream and their Jade and JadePlus hardware wallets. Whether you're just starting out with Bitcoin or you've been stacking sats for years, the Blockstream Jade is one of the best open source wallets out there for keeping your coins safe. The Jade Plus takes it to the next level with bigger screen, button navigation, and optional metal case for added durability. I've used both, and I can tell you they're solid, beginner-friendly, and affordable. And I will tell you in just a second about another sale going on right now. So you can grab yours at the link in the video description. Don't forget that 10% off when you use code The Lots Project. Your keys, your coins, keep them safe with Blockstream Jade and Jade Plus. Highly recommended. I've been using it now for a couple of years. Company is great. All my interactions with them are great. If you ever have any questions about your Jade, you could reach out to me in the Telegram group. You can email me. You can send me a message, a smoke screen, pigeon, Telegram, whatever. And they are quick to respond if you're having trouble getting a hold of them. So highly recommend the Blockstream Jade. I've been happy being a representative of their company for years now. Back to the nukes. Rewilder Life says not sure, but a smart guy was saying that about the how they're going to force in nukes because the public's afraid of it. Pip says the sheriff from TV show Eureka had a nuke powered home and he only went crazy a few times. Canadian Farm says the Canadian government is probably getting scammed by fake AI videos. I mean, it's a possibility. That does seem like a fucking shit show up there. So, got an email last week from my rep over at Blockstream. If you've been waiting to buy a Blockstream Jade, this might be the opportunity that you want. So the Blockstream Jade Plus, the newest version, comes in two different styles. It comes in a metal case. It comes in a plastic case. The plastic case models, normally $149, I think $149.99 or $149 flat, are on sale right now, starting today until September 7th. So August 25th through September 7th, 2025. On sale. I think, let me get the percentages right here. But normally 149. Promotional price for that sale is $126. But the cool part is you use my code, the Lots Project, you'll get an extra 10% off, and I'll earn a little commission on it. So that's even better. So your price on the JadePlus with the plastic case is down to like $113.50 from $149. So if you've been waiting, if you've been thinking about buying a JadePlus, if you've been thinking about buying one for a gift, I highly encourage you to scroll down into the video notes, the audio notes, or just head over to store.blockstream.com. store.blockstream.com. Yeah, and check out the JadePlus plastic and add in my discount and get an extra 10% off the already on sale price. Do it before September 7th or when the price goes back up. One key thing that I did notice, I did check out, it is a little wonky, but if you use Fold to buy a gift card for Blockstream, you get another 10% back in sats. Unfortunately, in the Fold gift card shop, there is only $149 and $169 gift cards. Those are the prices of the Jade and JadePlus. But if you use my discount code, you'll get 10% off that, and you could be left holding a very little bit amount on a Blockstream gift card. My suggestion is if you're gonna take advantage of this sale and you're gonna buy a JadePlus with the discount, that you buy it cash. Use the on sale price, use the discount code, and just buy it. If you are buying a metal, if you're buying the metal JadePlus, which this really works for, use my discount code, buy the $149 gift card on Fold, get 10% back in sats, like 1,200 sats, I think, and then buy it and pay the difference in cash. So you get a little bit back in Bitcoin, you get to save some money, and you get a really solid hardware product that I can't recommend enough. So there is that. There's that. Pip says, yeah, what the fuck, Canada, $28,000 fine for hiking in the woods. That insanity was on the list. I was possibly going to talk about that today, but I don't even know. I don't even know where to start about with that whole shit. For another day. Maybe that'll be on next week's list here. Other things I had for today is we got a nice cool down coming. This summer in Tennessee has been talking to the locals. I'm not necessarily local yet. I've been here for a couple of years, a couple summers now. It seemed hotter than normal. Not necessarily the highs, but the extended length of the heat waves. And it kind of confirmed. I've talked to a couple people that are longtime residents here, and they said that the temperature does get to where it got this year, a high upper 90s, and then overnights it just doesn't cool off. It goes down into the 80s. And they said that normally it'll happen a few times in the year, or a few times in the summer, but it's only for a few days at a time. It'll be a little spurts, 2, 3, 4 days at a time, where it'll top out in the upper 90s and stay hot overnight and be really humid and be disgusting. But then normally it'll settle back down into that upper 80s, lower 90s, and then a little cooler at night. The humidity dissipates, and it's almost comfortable for sure. Way more comfortable than the -30. And even through this extended heat wave this summer, I've been like, fuck it. I'll deal with this if I don't have to deal with the opposite. But anyway, it's been it's been hot. It's been pretty gross for some extended periods of time. The 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 break is here. Corey and I have been eyeballing this on the weather forecast for a while now. Beautiful week coming up. Low 80s overnight into the 50s. Highs the whole time. I don't see a 90. This is the weather that that's just gorgeous. Maybe down in the maybe 70s. Maybe 70s. I think that was the thing when we were looking into the full-time RV thing and doing all our research. A lot of people were just said we just chase 70s all the time. I think the lower 80s and lows into the 50s, mid 50s, low 50s overnight. That's really really nice weather, and then down into the highs in the 70s too. But as far as the extended forecast, I can see on my weather app, which is 10 days. I don't see a 90 in the forecast. I see all lower to mid 80s and lots of 50s in the overnight. So I'm excited about that. I could get a lot of stuff done that you can't with the extreme heat. It just beats me up. I think it's just because I'm getting older and the type of work I'm doing out at Delinquent Scully. When the heat is that intense and it's super humid, I just can't keep the water in me. I can't stay hydrated. So I work early before the heat pumps up too extreme. I try to drink as much as I can, drink as much water as I can. But by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm just gassed, and it is non-productive to keep trying to work. So it'll be nice to be able to put a full day in if I want to do my hours, my obligation for taking care of the property, and then maybe move up and get some time in prepping for our next round of building up at our place. Speaking of that, I ended up getting the solar field cleared for Tim's cabin, for Tim's solar installation. I got that planned out. We're going to end up with 3 rows of panels. We're going to have a row of 10, 2 rows of 10, a row of 8. I think we got 28 panels for him, 28 panels for us. And I also got the dimensions of where to clear for our installation. We want to get that cleared out, and then also did some brainstorming on how to mount these panels. If you remember the trip to go get them and talking about them, they are used panels. They were designed for the rooftop of a data center. So they have these weird fiberglass arms on them. And I don't think traditional clips and mounts are really going to work. So I took a little look at them. I got some pictures. I got some measurements. And then I sat and really brainstormed how to mount these things. And I think I came up with something. So I talked to Tim yesterday about that. I think he's okay with how I envision it going. So that'll be a cool project to get those all mounted up. I'm gonna try to go with 2 rows of 14. And then, like I said, over at Tim's in the space that I cleared, we're going to end up probably doing 2 rows of 10 and a row of 8. And get those all fired up and get some power out at the property. So that prep work can be done. Still haven't really worked too much at getting the piers ready for get the piers ready for our center beam support, and then wrangling up my guy that's gonna move my material and get that unloaded is the next step for us. Pip says, "Oh shit, Tim is alive." Tim is alive. Tim's doing really good. He's focusing on some things and making shit happen. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sure he'll fill everyone in on his absence soon here. I'm guessing. But yes, he is alive. If you're coming up to SRF, we are going to be doing a community day. We're not going to be doing a whole work weekend or anything like that. Camping is available, tent camping. There'll be people hanging out around Delinquent Scully the week before SRF. will be around, and people are welcome to camp whenever they are coming into town. Whether that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you just got to get a hold of me, and we'll set it up and get you a spot ready where you can come out and camp. We will be doing a community day, likely Thursday before SRF. I think that is October 2nd. I think will be that community day out there where we're just gonna get together. We're gonna have barbecue. We're gonna bullshit. I mean, if you really are hell bent on working, we'll have things for people to do if you want. But we just want to make it a gathering place and see folks that we get to see not very often, and a place to meet up. So more information coming on that. We just talked about it a little bit yesterday, but yeah, coming up before SRF, if you're looking to tent camp and get out of town for a couple days, you're welcome to come and stay out at Delinquent Scully. Other than that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get going here, and don't forget that Blockstream Jade sale on the JadePlus JadePlus plastic. Also head on over to thelotsproject.com. Check out all the new items I have. All the new items I have on the product reviews. You can find the videos on my Amazon storefront at amazon.com/shop/thelotsproject, or click on that buying from Amazon link over at the site to get in my affiliate tracking. That helps me and keeps the show going. So if you'd like the show, definitely click on that link to help support. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot. So hopefully you have a great week and get everything done you need to get done. And we will catch up with you next Monday.